Watch out, they can open up the door. They can open up the door from behind us.
Darkness, you sure you don't want to go to a separate party for this, or?
Everybody's just chilling.
Okay then. Alright, what you asked about. That's whatever. Let's see. Paired Sheep is with us for a very long time. I'm not even sure how long, over 200 days I would say. He left because he didn't get what I was trying to do the entire time. For months, what we've been mainly focusing on is recruiting. And that's for a simple reason being of why Center left, if you know who he is. He left because he didn't feel that we were doing enough wars right away. And my response to that was, I'd love to do wars all the time, but I would actually like a large member base active at a certain point to where we can do wars easily. Well, he didn't get that at all. So he assumed things, and then there we go.
So
and
now
for Sheep, well.
So now the next question is, are we still on, or are you?
Oh, we're on, yeah, 7.
Okay.
We're on. Oh, yeah, Sheep. So, Sheep, there was this person named Kodavek Raknos. He joined the Raknos, and he left us once, and then he joined us again. Well, he was in here for, about a month almost.
Fucking lag, man.
But it, seems that Sheep said that he was supposedly a spy. He didn't. I'm not sure what information he actually got, if any, really, but he was announced to be a spy. And, Sheep said he'll be busy for a while. And I was like, what, are you joining the Raknos on Reach or 5? Because I believe they said that the little members they have, that the Raknos are going to be in Halo 5. And, I asked him exactly why are you going to join them. I'm fine with it if it were the case that it was just on Reach, or if it was the case per se that it was more of a side thing that didn't involve anything with the Banished at all. But in doing so, it seems that Coda was tasked to get information, and in doing so I questioned what Chief was trying to do. I gave him a simple choice. I said you could either stay with us or you could join them. If you decide to join them, then pack your bags. Then he simply said okay, and he left the party. It's quite interesting how he did that. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has points to why he left, because he was bored and we didn't do anything in terms of rage a lot, or at least me. My response was to that, once again, I'm trying to get an extremely good active member count so that we can do wars constantly. What I don't want is having, I don't know, 8, 12 people on, maybe. A few people get off. One person has to leave during the raid. I should be able to replace a member easily. And so, because I've had that before where, let's say, this wasn't really a clan, but it was more of a, what was it, sparring company for Achilles. It was called Hibernations. They had 45, 50 people active at one time, almost all the time. And it's a case to where you actually want to grind to do something. You would do it like that. So about these wars, I usually don't accept them right away because I have to deal with these inactive members that refuse to even mention to me that they've left the Banished or that they are just too inactive or have joined another clan. They don't bother. So recruiting and replacing those people are what I'm trying to do. We're getting there. Like I said, slow and steady wins the race. So in order to be able to do these raids and wars right away, like Setter ended, I have things to do with the company and the clan, I should say. Get to accept that time. But of course, they look at half of the pie, they don't look at the full piece. And they started assuming things. And all of their assumptions were, for the most part, wrong. That's really what it was. Oh yeah, he was. He was one of our most loyal and active members, but at the same time, he admitted to me he's not a good leader at all. And you want to talk about what I do and he does? What I like to do is listen. So here's my point that I made to Sheep and tried to make to Senna before he left the party. He said, "Why aren't you in more raid with us?" And I said, "You want me to do another open raid when I could actually be doing stuff that's more important?" Let's say there was a principal. Do you really think the principal is going to do one thing, like help an individual teacher do something? That teacher is supposed to teach their class. The principal is supposed to run the entire thing. The principal can't focus on one thing. So there goes that. But you don't have to believe me, but I'm telling you the truth. And yes, we can still do that at 7. Where he more likes to, he really likes to fight back.
He tries to, and then gets smacked.
Yeah. Sheep. I've seen all that too when I was in the server. He would try to argue and I was like, Sheep, your arguments are something that a 3rd grader could come up with.
Most of his arguments did to me. They all look like that. I'm like,
Yes.
trying to argue with me, and he's arguing like this. What?
I get it, yeah.
Oh, this is the worst fucking match I ever played. I did so
So
bad
good.
in this one. Oh god.
I'm only half-ass paying attention.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
See you at 7.
Alright. Alright. Have a good day.
He was lying through his fucking teeth.